In this lecture, I'm going to show you how to download and configure your system with Java version 9. Java version 9 is the latest release of Java. For the purposes of learning to program in Java version 8 or Java version 9, there's virtually no difference. You're going to learn it the same way. So if you've got Java version 8 with Eclipse installed on your system, as I explained in the previous video, you're prepared to take the majority of this course. All the way towards the end is when I talk about some new Java features, Java 9 features, where I cover the J shell. And at that time, you can explore how to upgrade if you'd like. But this video is available to you to upgrade to Java 9 anytime really while you're taking this course. So let's get started. If I open the command prompt and if I type in java-version, I want it to show Java 9, not version 8. So let's get Java 9 onto this computer. Go to Google and type in JDK 9 Early Access. Okay, and hit enter. And this is the JDK Early Access build that's available. By the time you're watching this video, Java 9 may already be officially released, but the URL is going to stay the same. I'm going to click that link. It takes us to jdk.java.net/9. Accept the license agreement, and we're going to go to this JDK column for Windows 64-bit machine. So that's this guy right here. Click on that exe. It's going to start downloading that exe. And this may take a couple minutes depending on your internet speed. So I'm just going to zoom ahead in this video to the point where it's done downloading. And the download is complete. I'm going to click on this and it's going to open that JDK installer. Click on run, and this is the installer for Java 9. Just click next. Leave the default settings, next. And now it's going to prepare our system. It's asking for the destination folder for where we want Java 9. It's going to be the same place in program files in the Java folder, but now notice that it's going to JRE-9. So I'm going to leave that as default. Click on next, and now the Java 9 installation has begun. And once that's complete, we see the success message for JDK 9. Hit close. And now let's go to our command prompt and type in java-version, and notice that it's saying Java version 9. Okay, so it's working as expected. Now we also want to make sure that JVac, Java C, is working. So let's type that, Java C-version. Hit enter, and notice that it's going to show JVac 1.8. We want it to show JVac 9. So remember what we did before? We added a path variable to point to the JVac in 1.8, Java 1.8. So now we need to point it to Java 1.9. So the way to do that is we go back to the computer and make your way over to a system setting. So I'm just going to right click and go to properties, and depending on your Windows machine, however way you get to this systems settings screen, there's this option, advanced system settings. So click there and go to environment variables, and see this path variable. We're going to click on edit, and we're going to change the location for this so that it's pointing to Java 9. So again, where is this located? Let's navigate over to that folder to get the exact path. So in the C drive, there's a Java folder. In program files, there's a Java folder right here. So click that, and notice that not only do we have JDK 1.8 and JRE 1.8, we also have JDK 9 and JRE 9. So for that environment variable, we're going to go into JDK 9 and go to bin, and notice that this is the application JVac. So I'm just going to copy this directory location and go back to the path variable and paste that location right here. All right, so hit OK, and OK again to close out of that. And let's go back to the command prompt. If I do JVac-version now, it's still showing 1.8. So we have to close this command prompt so that it loads the new environment variable. We're going to type in CMD again, and then do JVac-version. And boom, there you go. We're now using JVac 9. So in terms of running Java 9 applications, this computer is all set, ready to go, as well as programming Java 9 applications. We've got the JVac 9 working. But our development environment also needs to work with Java 9. Okay, Eclipse works right out of the box with Java 8, as I mentioned earlier, but since this is an early access release, it's just, soon to be launched, Eclipse is still sort of catching up. So we need to make a few tweaks in Eclipse so that it works with Java version 9. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Let's close out of all of this stuff and let's go to where we have Eclipse. And that is in my C drive in users, owners. This is the home directory. And we have the Eclipse folder. So let's go into there, Java Oxygen, Eclipse, and this is that icon. But before I click on this icon, I want to make a few changes to the configuration. This is the configuration file called eclipse.ini. It's referred to as an ini file. I'm going to right click and open it with a text editor. I'm going to just use Notepad. That's what I have in my computer. And all the way to the end of this file, I'm going to add the following text: --add -modules equals java.se.ee. Okay, and I'm going to save this file by doing Control S and close out of it. And this is the Eclipse that we want. So let's double click it. It's going to launch Eclipse with that configuration. We're going to leave the same workspace and click on Launch. And let's just close the welcome screen. This is our old Java 8 project. And when you expand it, notice it's saying JRE System Library JRE 1.8. I actually want this to be JRE 9. So how do we do that? Well, we need a couple of things. First things first, we need to change the configuration in Eclipse so that it uses the location for where we have Java 9. So again, where do we have Java 9? That's in the C drive, program files, in the Java folder. We want it to be going to this JRE 9 location. All right, so that's what we have to point Eclipse to. So let's go to Window, Preferences, and click on this Java option, expand it, and then go into this Installed JREs. And just click on Installed JREs, and you'll notice that it's using JRE 1.8, right? Take a look at the location. It's JRE 1.8 in the program file. So we want to change this to JRE 9. So I'm just going to click on Add and leave the standard VM as default. So click Next. And in the JRE Home, I want to point to that location. So in this case, it's going to be JRE 9. So let's go to that folder, JRE 9. I'm going to copy this directory location and just paste it right here. And notice that we've got a problem. It's saying target is not a JDK root. So this Eclipse is not considering this as a valid location for where we can run our Java 9 programs. So Eclipse has not caught up yet with this latest version of Java 9. So to fix this problem, we need to download some support software within Eclipse so that Eclipse can understand that when we add this directory location, it's going to treat this as a Java program, compiling Java program. So I'm just going to exit out of this for now. This is not working. Let's close this and go to the Help menu and click on Eclipse Marketplace. This is where we're going to get that additional support software for Eclipse. And as soon as it's done loading in this search box, I'm going to type in Java 9 support and hit enter. And this is that guy. So I'm going to click on this install button and it's going to install the Java 9 support software for Eclipse. Let's accept the license agreement and hit finish. Just so you can see the progress here, if you click on this bar, it's going to show you how far it has gotten in terms of installing that additional support software in Eclipse. So I'm just going to zoom ahead, and there we go. We're done installing that support software, and Eclipse is asking us to restart Eclipse. So I'm going to click on Restart Now, and this is the Eclipse welcome screen. I'm going to close out of it, and now let's try to make that same configuration that we tried earlier. So that was in Window, Preferences, and in this Java menu right here, go into Installed JREs, and click on this Add button. Leave it to standard VM, go to Next, and now JRE Home pastes that same location which is program files /java/JRE9, and notice, boom, it's recognizing this now. Okay, before we had that error above, but because we installed that additional support software, it's recognizing this as a valid location for Java 9 for running Java applications. And this is the file that's used to run Java 9 application. So it figured that out on its own when we gave the home directory for Java 9. So let's just hit finish. And now uncheck this, and we're going to check this JRE9, okay, and hit apply and close. And now let's expand this Java 8 project. Notice that it's switched over to JRE9, okay? And now let me just make sure that this application is still running. Let's just hit play, and boom, there we go. It's running as expected. It printed out the word hello world. And notice here, there's some detail on the console. It's showing where it's running from, and it's using the JRE9 executable. So it's working as expected. So if you made it this far in this video, you can create Java 9 programs using Eclipse on your Windows operating system. If you have a Mac, make sure to check out my other video where I explain to you how to do this on the Mac. Now, right click here and go to New Project, New Java Project. You can name it whatever, but I'm just calling it New Project, and notice that it's using the default JRE9. Okay, so leave that as your settings, and you can hit finish, and that's how you create projects in Eclipse. Alright, so if you were following along to this point, you've got your system up and running with Java version 9, and you can go ahead and check out the Java 9 specific lectures that are towards the end of the course. Now, at the time of this recording, Java 9 has just been released, so Eclipse, the development environment, is still sort of catching up with the latest version of